Hello everybody, my name is Isaac H. Son, and I'm back for a bit more Minecraft. I just loaded up, and I spawned right here, and I was wondering, where's the windows, and I remembered we don't have any windows, so I think in terms of what I'm going to do inside Minecraft, I think we'll get straight to getting some sand, getting some windows going, and finishing off the house, and then going from there, I reckon. I had to think of a couple things that I want to talk about. First of all, this, I don't know which one to start with actually, which topic. I spent a couple days, a night, last night, some close friends of mine, and after having left and on the train back home, I had this strange feeling. But yeah, I was on the train back and I had this strange, very quite sad feeling. Because, well, on the surface level the time went very fast and I missed them obviously. And the people that I get to see once or twice a year at the very most. But firstly it made me think about how very, and I think I said this in the last video too, how incredibly blessed I am when it comes to friends. I like to think I have a few, you know, and they're always so good to me, so bloody good to me, even when I'm not good to them. And furthermore, it's made me realise that when the time comes, the time comes in a few months' time to go off to university or whatever, and then go into that next stage of life. How much I do reckon I'll miss my childhood. I spent an evening the other night just looking at old baby photos and photos from my childhood, photos some of which I'd never seen before, you know, and I wish I remembered more, and I wish I didn't take so many things for granted. I was so lucky. And in particular, looking at photos of my late grandfather. And I never knew him because he died when I was 2. But just seeing the joy across his face, and holding the grandson, and it's so beautiful. I wish so very much I had the chance to know him, you know. And hopefully, you know, one day in heaven I'll get to know the man. In this life, I don't have that opportunity. And seeing the smile across his face in all the photographs, even at the very last days when he was truly struggling in so much pain. Excuse me. It creates a strange feeling, really, in photos of with that side of the family after he died, because obviously he's not in them. And because my memory is terrible, and obviously I never had the chance to know the man. Excuse me, I never really mourned him, you know, because I had no real emotional connection to him. Now that in a way I'm old enough to see, not necessarily first-hand things that happen, but to recognise and be able to discern the effects that events have on people and relationships, so on and so forth. I didn't really know what I'm saying. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see what it did. What it did to my grandmother. You know, because only in her 50s she lost the person that she loved most. And she's such a powerful woman. And because of the fact that she lives halfway across the world. And because of the fact that I was such a terribly immature and naive child. I look at the photos of her with me over the last 18 years, and I think I took all those for granted. Excuse me, reading about it and reading the things that the people said about him and how he had such a wonderfully positive effect on so many people that he met. That he was just such a guy, you know, such a dude, as my clarinet teacher once called me. You know. Oh dear. And I've taken so much for granted. My friends, my fantastic childhood. Absolutely fantastic. I had so many awesome experiences. Oh dear. I mean, I've lived in 3-4 countries, you know. And so the feeling that I got when I was coming back on the train from seeing my wonderful friends. It's sort of a feeling that dreads the inevitable passage of time. Because in all my life, having, obviously as I mentioned, I've lived in multiple countries and all that. So until I lived where I live now, I never really had a proper friends, because I met some wonderful people who treated me so well. But I never build a complete connection with them, because I'd only be there for 2-3 years, you know, and then I'm off on my bike. But with the group of people I'm so blessed to know now. Even though I know that during university and so on, that I'll be visiting those people often, and that when I'm back home, or whatever, I'll be able to see them often. Letting go is going to be hard, you know. Oh, flipping heck. No. My grandfather, despite having no memory of the man, I miss him like nothing else. Part of me feels like I was not robbed, but I don't know, hard done by, perhaps. Look at that. It's a bit dingy anyhow. I might put some torches on. That's looking alright, isn't it? You know, pretty decent. Pretty bloody decent. Pretty sure that mobs can't spawn on slabs. But I'm not going to be taking any chances. I'm just going to plop a few torches up here too. But, you know, as far as houses go, this isn't the worst thing in the world, is it? You know, my grandmother, she's now, 71? And her family has a long history of living a bloody long time. She had an aunt who lived till 105 or something. So, she'll be around for a while, I'm sure. But I still feel that with all the people I've known all my life, sure there may be, I did not fully realise how grateful I should have been. Because I have lived one of the best lives I could have. And I know that comes off like I'm about to end it, but take my word for it, I don't plan to end anytime soon. I really do love my friends, you know. All of my friends treated me so bloody well, you know. But yeah, all the friends from the ones I've known here from when I was 11, 12, 13 to the ones which I had the great pleasure of staying with this past night. Time goes so bloody fast, and I wish, everyone wishes you could have a moment in time and just freeze it and just wallow in its joy, but we can't. We can't do that. And I suppose that's what makes a good time so precious, is that they're fleeting, and that, I don't know, I really don't know what I'm saying. Well, the fact that they don't last forever is what makes them so precious, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Oops. Well, sometimes one does wonder, does it really have to be this way? I suppose the answer to that is yes. I don't know why, but whenever Christmas season rolls around, I always seem to head into feelings of more volatile emotions or whatever. Right, let's have a look. I think that looks quite realistic, doesn't it? I think that's good. I quite like that. If you put torches there, mobs shouldn't spawn under. Dear. I can't believe I'm 18. What have I spent the last 18 years doing? Just sort of wisping by instead of taking every day as preciously as I should have hung on to them. God, my friends are fantastic. Looking at the Chinese that we had on Friday. I tell you, it was really good food. I think part of it's the fact that my grandparents on both sides live so bloody far across the world. And some of them in their failing healths, I'll only be able to see them probably less than something like 10 times before they go, And I don't know why I'm flip-flopping so often between friends and family, but in my mind, they all come under the umbrella of people that mean so much to me. Dear me. God, I miss my friends that I've been with the past couple of days. I miss my grandfather. I miss all my grandparents. I know I'll miss my friends when I'm at university, but jeez. It's just the way life goes. Right, let's see what we can do about a staircase here. Might have to do a bit of digging. 2 people I haven't, or 3 people rather, I haven't probably mentioned. My mother and my father, who I'll also miss dearly. My brother, living in South Africa, not being able to see him for 2 years. Funnily enough, more so than my parents. It was him I missed. And I tell you, he's growing up so damn fast. It scares me. It terrifies me, to be honest. But I know very much that my grandfather, my brother was born mere months before my grandfather passed, and was able to meet him just a couple of days before he died. But I know that my grandfather would be so proud of me. I love my brother so bloody much. I know for a fact that my brother's going to do so well. So very well in his life. It is very early, compared to the time when I will actually have to face all of these realities. I don't know why I'm thinking about it so early. The realities being not being able to see my friends as often, but I don't know. Probably most of what I've been saying is not really intelligible, because I've lost my voice, and I'm also not speaking in the clearest language, I'm sort of just rambling on. Right, let's plant some flowers. Starting to think I might save that second topic I was going to talk about for a separate video. You know, I feel like it would be too jarring of a change to start talking about that. So stay tuned for the next one. I'm gonna be able to find out what the second topic is. I actually quite like that. Does not look nice. I think apart from wishing I didn't take things for granted so much, it's that I wish I just remembered more. You know, more of my grandfather, just more of my life. You know what? I think that'd be an appropriate place to end it for today. I appreciate I haven't done much in terms of the actual game, but I think I've talked about all I really can find the energy to talk about the topic I was talking about. But yeah, I'm blessed. I'm very, very blessed, and I intend to cherish that every day moving forwards. And I say we didn't do much in terms of the game. I mean, I think this looks pretty bloody nice, doesn't it? You know, that and all. Looks very nice. But yeah. To any of my friends watching this, I love you all very, very, very much. Truly do. Right. Good evening.